representing us in Kitgum District, representing Kitgum Municipal Council in Kitgum District Local Government. His Worship the Mayor, Deputy Mayor, all area councillor for Kitgum Municipal Council, the town clerk, all the division chairpersons, all senior assistant town clerks at the division level, President Kitgum Municipal Development Forum and all its members, all development partners, media houses, all banking institutions, general public, good morning. You're highly welcome for this council meeting. I will be brief in my communication, but before I proceed with my communication, I beg clerk to council to read for us Standard Rule of Procedures, Rule 43 and 45.
From the chair. During ESOR communication from the chair, the speaker shall limit herself to issues relating to the administration of the speaker's office, and such communication shall not be debated. 45. Speaker and chairperson to be impartial. The speaker / chairperson of the committee shall, in the conduct of meetings, be impartial in all ESOR rulings.
In front of this August house, and I feel like you should take notes of them one by one, so that next time we improve in how our council should proceed. One, I need to talk about the relationship between the councillors and the technical team, town clerk. I've seen now for the last financial year how we are relating things here in Kitgum Municipality. We need to improve. A situation whereby actually honorable members do their things and the technical team do their thing, I don't see that that is the best way we can move in this council. If we can organize for some training of seeing how we can induct ourselves on our roles and responsibility, I think during that induction we can train and we can do something that actually can make us together as in working relationship. To town clerk.
In the main market and other satellite markets in the 3 divisions, the executive discussed in details the issue of garbage management, which then requires a good strategy in order to manage it well. There is need to bring the current garbage skip loader back on the road, and this takes around 7.9 million Ugandan shillings. The executive therefore recommends to council to consider this as a matter of priority. On the issue of local service tax and disbursement, the 3 divisions are doing well in local service collections this financial year. The municipality headquarters is also progressively collecting local service tax from its employees. However, there are challenges of local service tax remittances by the municipality to the divisions. Collections of employees' local service tax stops by October every year. There is urgent need for town clerk and his associated staffs to expedite disbursement of local service tax to the 3 divisions.
Yes, Honorable.
You're right, Honorable Speaker. I first want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to say at least 1 or 2 before the Honorable Council and all the protocols, of course, observed. Mine basically is actually to second the proposed reset of the document presented before the floor of this council as recommendations to full council from the Executive Committee for further scrutiny. I thank you.
A response to this, otherwise it will run out of hand. That is what I am saying. One, Mr. Speaker, I see, as we discuss issue pertaining garbage management, we should also see the long-term solutions to these kind of problems. There was a time we went to Entebbe for retreat, and from there, they were having a PPP, public-private partnership. They gave that to someone managing the garbage within the city. So, as we also plan for this very 7.9 million to maybe bring back the skip loader, let's also see towards that end. At least we can also give this to someone to be collecting this garbage every time and again. But these other people here will be paying some kind of small amount. Two, we cannot now wait for that long-term solutions. We really need to do something. And I also recommend, like then, that we should at least have a vehicle that will begin collecting this rubbish, or garbage, to take to the other side. One, let's question the mechanical problem of this skip loader, because this is just a lump sum. We don't know exactly how much is needed for that. So we need a technical person at least to assess the loader and come out with a clear amount. We shall not just allow it to go the 7.9 like that, so that we also rescue our town. With this, I need to submit. Thank you.
About garbage management. Right, Honorable Speaker, I do not think, other than the writing in black and white that we see right now, I don't know whether our town is as clean as it has been explained in this other paper, right from the Executive Committee recommendation. I want to challenge the Executive Committee for such a recommendation. Because, right, Honorable Speaker and the Honorable House, I would actually request that it should be incumbent upon ourselves as the different committees of this council in the different roles and responsibilities that has been conferred onto these committees to always try as much as possible and walk the roles and the responsibilities, as opposed to having a very clean report in black and white, but when you get down, it gives a very different report. As if that is not enough, right, Honorable Speaker. I would like to also add on to whatever my brother, Honorable Westland B, did put before this Honorable, the floor of this Honorable Council as a recommendation. While answering this question, for how long shall we be moving on like this as concerns the issue of garbage management? Right, Honorable Speaker, I want to borrow a list from the visit that we had in Entebbe market. I took my time to actually consult a lot, to ask the persons concerned all that they were doing, the approaches that they were using in managing garbage. Because looking at garbage in itself, it is one challenge that affects different towns, cities, markets, and so forth and so forth. To the extent that if a municipality like Kitgum gets the rightful approach in managing garbage, we would even move ahead in respect to the revenue, because we will not be spending our revenues in management and collection of garbage. In that case, I really recommend or propose, as my brother said, that every individual within our municipality pays for the garbage he or she produces. Because you cannot produce, and at the end of the day you expect Kitgum Municipality to be soldering all this. Unless we get to that approach, Right Honorable Speaker, I think as Kitgum Municipal Council, and as far as the issue of garbage management is concerned, we will not move anywhere.
What is your view? Please state.
Right Honorable Speaker, once again, my proposal, as in support of a proposal put before this council, is that every individual that produces garbage pays for it. I beg to rest my case.
This financial year, in that budget, the issue of the garbage scheme was allocated to the department, and that department was public health department. So, Speaker, if there was a budget under that department for the maintenance, because this garbage scheme came a long time ago. Remember in the financial year 2023-2024 early January. I press Speaker with the recommendation my colleagues gave. I want to say that we went for monitoring the main market a couple of weeks. Last week on Thursday, we found that there was numerous challenges. Maintaining this garbage scheme was not really a challenge, Speaker. When the collection at the main market was going on there, we found out that out of the PRA generated, they generated around 47 million. That was big. But out of 47, from the main market, only 25 million was evacuated. Just tells me that this is already an indicator that we have a challenge in the market. People are not willingly paying for paying for this things. If they pay these bills in time, I think even the government would have not been this recommendation. We know that the market, the garbage scheme is helping to collect what maintenance of the garbages in the main market.
Have you concluded?
Not yet.
It's okay.
We pray that if possible, this truck, the Tata lorry truck, will at least collect every day the garbage in the market so that we can secure the hygiene of that market. That's also my prayer before we ask the recommendation to the protocol. I pray to the principal.
Mr. Speaker, these people are tempted. They are tempted to use the service provider the council have to maintain this vehicle. But I want to report to you and this house that they failed. They failed. And I believe some money was used. Some money was used, which is not now being brought here. The amount which was used. Now the question comes, how did you arrive at the 9.5?
Thank you.
Who came up the 7.9? Who came up with that basis? So my recommendation is to avoid this trap to become like a training statue. Please use the supplier. Let the supplier come and assess. Come up with the appropriate amount of money with the required spares. You have this trap on board. Thank you.
President and our visitors around. My name is Atim Harriet Okot, Principal Education Officer, caretaking the office of the town clerk, who is away on approved annual leave. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the members of this committee for coming up with these recommendations. The issue of garbage management is a very broad issue. It is not only a public health issue. It should be a collective responsibility for everyone, because all of us at one point or the other generate garbage or waste. Before I give the technical person responsible for this garbage management, I want to put before this council that currently our means of managing garbage is still very poor. We are only depending on transportation of our garbage to the landfill, which is not a modern method of garbage management. I advise council to think and adopt a strategy of recycling our waste. If we can recycle our waste, we can also reduce the waste management. Not all waste should go to the landfill. There are some waste that could be managed at domestic level and be reused as compost manure and other things. The other thing is, much as the department is trying, our community still needs a lot of education. If you move around in town or at any moment around Pagay Stream, you find the community dumping waste in the river or in the stream. The health inspector cannot be everywhere at all times to control this. It is therefore my humble appeal that if we want to improve garbage management, let us also accept the responsibility that it is our responsibility. As I move away from there, I will first give Madam Rina opportunity to talk about that. Then I'll respond later to the issue of the truck, the garbage stick.
A very organized system of vehicle maintenance and services and utilization. I am currently the fleet manager, and we always do our services timely, especially for equipment under roads and engineering. We have a budget provision for that. Somebody was asking why now? Because this equipment is not belonging to engineering, therefore it does not have a vote for just repairs under roads and engineering. That's why it is being brought up for consideration by council. On the 21st of May 2024, we contacted Victoria Motors, who are the authorized company to do maintenance of this equipment supply, and they sent us an invoice for the repairs and maintenance of this vehicle. This invoice totals to 6,190,516 shillings. The fault in that car is the faulty acceleration. As the town clerk has mentioned, this is a computerized truck that is not responding to an acceleration. And so we need a system which is only with Victoria to come and do the assessment. Mr. Speaker, Victoria is not our service provider officially identified by the contracts committee. We have only one, which is the Logosimo, which is the recognized official service provider. So much as we receive this, we forward to our official service provider to make arrangements to bring the Victoria team on the ground and do the repair. So when you see the cost above, it's because of taxation to our official service provider, who is the one who makes the decision for the overall repair of this equipment. Thank you.
Thank you. We come out with clear, proper solution for the issue of the 7.9 million and the issue of the truck. I beg to end the issue of
to carry on a monitoring visit to our main market. And of course, all the respective committee members that did attended that monitoring visit would actually bear me witness in all that will be putting forward. Right Honorable Speaker, I must say that deviating a little bit from the content of this other report on our main market, to the effect that the main market is gaining morale, I believe that what we did actually establish right in the market is what would definitely attract our prayers. It will attract our prayers in the sense that looking at the time that the market was open, there were lots of optimism that prompted our local vendors to actually flock the market. And as of now, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members of this council, what we did establish just last week during our visit is that the market is becoming like an abandoned town or something. I don't know what kind of analogy I should have for that matter. And looking at the nitty-gritties, stretching from hygiene to human resource that are supposed to be taking care of the different roles and responsibilities in the market, to even the vendors themselves, all needs actually urgent intervention. And which intervention this Honorable Council is actually conferred with the roles and authorities to look at what should be done in order that the state we want to see in our market comes to pass. Our market is dirty, with hardly 4 cleaners who are even to be called volunteers taking care of the cleanliness of the 2 blocks of our market. And you can definitely see that it is difficult. It is very, very difficult for an individual to volunteer without being paid even a penny. I remember from the report we got right in the market, they said that last they were paid something like 25,000. Is it 250, 25,000? Something of the sort. I'm not to the doctor. So, Right Honorable Speaker, even as executive arm of council proposes or what to be done here, there is yet a lot that needs to be desired in looking at the best way our market should be revamped. We've just opened, but we are talking about revamping the market. I do not want to conclude on everything. This is an issue of council, and my standing here and saying a word or two on the issue as concerns our market is nothing else other than to implore our fellow honorable councillors to come up with the proposals, which proposals would help in improving her market. Right Honorable Speaker, even before I sit, I must touch on this, which I feel it has been one of the setbacks that if today we are talking of the performance of our main market, which is not up to our expectation, that would be one of the contributors. Is that lack of implementation of council resolution. You remember very well, Right Honorable Speaker, before this council, we did recommend employing electricians in the market, employing plumbers in the market, over and over again. But you can be surprised if today, 30th or 16th September 2024, we're still talking about the same thing. And for how long, Right Honorable Speaker and members of this council, shall we continue deliberating on one thing?
Something that needs to be done. And indeed, I will concur with them that yes, if the garbage, which we have already talked on this for many times, needs to be collected, why should we hesitate to do that?
Thank you.
The tendering of the market toilets, these are easy places that if I go there, I need to enjoy. One day, the Muzungu told us that if I go to the toilet, I should be reading my papers. That means I am enjoying easing myself. So in this case, if the issue is not clear, we need to look at. The rest as well is clear. My only concern comes in F, where the confusion is. Mr. Speaker, in business, we need peace. And that means the business will flourish. If there is confusion, that means we are not doing business. And there are two issues here. The issue of a local committee and the issue of the tenant. Which, for me, I don't know who is bringing this confusion. Mr. Town Clerk, or Madam Town Clerk, sorry. The allocation committee is our own. I didn't want bringing confusion so that we can resolve it now and we move ahead. Two, the tenant. These are people contracted to sit in our premises or our shops. I know they're that liberty that they're the one that, you know, gave rooms for us to get that market. Yes. But if they're bringing confusion in this market, should we continue entertaining them? So, Mr. Speaker, this is where my concern is. Who is bringing confusion in the main market? Mr. Speaker, if you look at this narrative, I like the way they always bring it executive. The main market is presumably gaining its stability. That is a very big quote. So that means as we move on, we are at least hitting the target we want. But down their confusion, we need to deal with that confusion. And who is bringing that confusion? I rest my case.
Don't give it missing out. One, the main market is our prime source of revenue as Kitgum Municipality. And we really need to take it with care. And the people who are in the market, they also have to get that comfort and they get the money for paying the taxes and pay some other expenses they're also meeting from the other side. Mr. Speaker, if I talk about, like, I will leave number one, the garbage collections. That one there, we have exhausted already. The B part of it, up to date rental payment from April 2024 to August 2024. Mr. Speaker, the market vendors themselves, some other market vendors, they are not aware that they are supposed to begin paying their rent from April. Others are saying they are beginning from Many others are saying June. So there is a lack of communication in this market here.
Then what are these people, the allocation committee, doing in the market?
That is what I'm also asking myself.
Have you people monitored the market?
I managed to be among the team that monitored the market at the last time when we were closing the site for the constructions. There are a lot of issues we have got from the other side. From my interactions with the market vendors, one, we have the market master, right? But the market master is working just like in an analog way. He does not even, I don't think he has a...
Be open there.
Okay, analog is like the moment you maybe it's not current, no computer, I don't think even if he has one computer. I recommend we should equip the market master with a computer, with an office. He has to be there 24/7 and he has to follow all this. There is nothing like documentation. He might also answer. But what I want is he should have a system whereby he can monitor everything. We have the system for announcing in the market, and he has to begin giving the information to the main market. The more you pegging you, you can 1 million 3 months, but who can be it is 4 or 5. Okay, thank you.
The direct users of the market. They are the ones in charge of the revenue mobilization and collection. They are in charge of garbage. They are in charge of a lot of things. But looks like the central division does not know their mandate, which this office sat down with them last week. We expect improvement within 2 weeks. There are issues of manpower. It is true, as Honorable has placed it, that requests were made to recruit support staff in the market. The usual department, that is Central Division, were the ones supposed to make the submission. The principal human resource was willing to recruit, but you cannot recruit without a submission. Central Division just made the submission last week. So if there is a blame to be levied, it should go to the Central Division. One, because they were supposed to tell us they need this staff. Where are they going to pay it? How much are they having that they should pay it? So all those were not clear. Last week, they made a submission to request for recruitment of 10 market sweepers. They made a submission to recruit 1 electrician. They equally made submission to recruit 2 plumbers and then 4 askari. This will come directly from the money generated out of the market, meaning the issues have been resolved administratively. We have also realized that the market master is overwhelmed. It is not true that the market master does not have an office. Yes. The market master has an office, which is using. What needs to be, he needs to be empowered with is a powerful phone. It does not need a computer. It needs a powerful phone that he will move from stall to stall. You log the name of the person and the number and say so and so has not yet paid, which is also going to be addressed. In the next council sitting, we are only going to report to you what kind of phone we have procured for the market master. Other issues are being addressed. I request council to be patient. The market is going to be stable.
Thank you.
There are issues within the market that we cannot discuss and conclude in this meeting.
Thank you.
I thank you so much.
Gapco petrol station. Kidmatie kede executive committee to report recommendation to this council. Right Honorable Speaker, Amiro in Kachel Town Clerk Kioti Konya Kong Pien Watika Lok Ikon Gapco Imiona Gapco tie a business entity ma premises kama tiu chungi yeni wan wangeo kita tikere eto kitika lo iloka renovation of Gapco fuel station Gapco fuel station ma no petit part of the structure kama renovation tika time yeni owevo ni kilu wankaeni kilo mukene maomegina si megina kilo megina gimgulo wano tika logi kombie mario mapapa piman kereka beru tika log ekom Gapco and then the other part mati structure pa municipal council bene eto no the MOU ma binuka expiring by December 2024 ni only the other part of the structure per year owero during committee meeting ma me works and technical service ma look you binu one wide the team and ni ki wani addendum donc choyo wet jemi mu keno mede ti both the MOU koni even the addendum one more penyu ni no wamiru ni wanen tien ko bidi one macharo council what you wigi jemi pa council custodian pa jemi pa council inen ti kita chalo kombeti wa kombeti podben one pa waneno jemi yeguni and response mawano malupa ki jem wan wa mir wanen ilokini podben pa wa neno uno kila igin mulone bal ma pol karatime e guarantee role conflict ma role conflict any role conflict ma kingole katimu gimano miro penga mono tim akaka no tie a vested interest mangat the mili chopo and vested interest is very clear ko be chen mabeno even as I talk in anticipation I am very sure that people have pocketed money no I am very sure in anticipation well right honorable speaker kita chalo role conflict here executive role you want to maling malupa kita check what one off and off again the role of the town clerk here maling and role of council here maling kanong rules take it again ento council in tika koho mapigwa tika jo michake magidoni kom tika koho ni jami mamiru ni uwoki boti uwoki ngeki wa yang peki miru kitip kimano ngeki chi kado o at this point uno legana ti right honorable speaker actually he honorable members of this council ni eni dong obino oi wangwa obino maleng dong kitu bino ni legana ti ni miro kiti kere kidero weng mameta ni mero no ki approaching ki look ye no bino ni we ka don't look ma da ba an look no ma ki dog ken but you kunyo ni miru gemu chi ayo ma da chik ma da ne chi ka chi kiti no ni uno legana ti ni canceling miru ukatiki pronouncement ni ka chi look any kita cha look any umano nge cancel kita jalo look you man nge cancel gin ma dum tie ene mo mamir kadu be maleng ene from dum forthwith the job any activity memede kakama Gapco and then the other bit of structure matie and then next to Gapco ma when the properties pano cancel ki joko and ena ki jone ginao betime ene ye bele wa be seeking court order Wabis siki court order. Me restraining. Ngamo ke kari na maternity ibiti mo kita. Wa mir wa seeking court order. May joko ngati yo. Wa nen kon kiru padano madong kirukalu. We can see kirukalu wa wingo court. And then through you, right honorable speaker, Amira Lake Benani, council any, Miro Gibuye, Bupin, P. Making go again, both anti-corruption code. We anti-corruption code. Yingo bingo till gin mamon loaning forensic audit.
Have to cancel, take note.
Forensic audit. Where you do manani one watch out. When no gap team a doom. What you paying? Kill a man. Then gap team paying. No gap at all. Every gap at your job. We need any, it can only be sorted out. Was calling for forensic audit. Yeah, things you can anyway, when what you don't own a clean pay appointment.
Thank you.
Supplement.
Next is.
This is where now the boldness will come in. Mr. Speaker, I read this report from the executive very well. I quote, the TPC discussed at length modalities of rehabilitation and revamping the state's stories. A bit of that. But we are here that the engineer says, we don't know. The caretaker town clerk says, we don't know. How? Thank you. Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Dado chamo mado ugedoge ke pala muligo. Ngine ba badon ki mwaka don ko duwe mana dana chera campaign. And campaign mira chente. Kamu down undo ti probably ba cancel meno mo chera be chera campaign go winyo ba bol kui. Winyo. Down there ti chente me biro ke report me wilu ke chen ma kwala. Mr. Mayor, I don't know why you are not the mayor we know. I don't know why. The point we came in as council, I committed myself to work with you, knowing you work the way you are, soliciting for votes. But when you came in, or still in, you changed the style, which is very wrong. How would you come in here? This is your report. Because you hate it, this is your report. What I know is Mr. Severuka is almost retiring. And I package me dog gang. I wish he's here. My hedge will allow me to say that I'm not young. Do you do it like that? No. In a property vacancy, give me a vacancy, but keep in carrying you more kind, keep killing you more kind. One way they please, you are doing the right thing. One minute tongue in the dome. When I'm a chair, compare the can't get an animal, but bear me very tongue. Indeed, no mere innovation. Process of Bermarach. I repeat, process made no more this contractor to renovate the house was bad. Carmo, Wakama Beach, man. District more, which is the ministry, Joe, the deep primary secretary. Capec copper cow in the Chimere cop annual. Capec copper cow in the Mere cop annual. Then, no dom, and don't pay teacher. I propose, he has put in a lot, which I concur with it. I propose one, Sebaduka, when he comes, must write apology to council. And this apology must be tabled before council. He sat alone and entered into contract with somebody we don't know. Why? When we receive this, I want to quote, when we receive this letter must reach the ministry. Mr. Mayor, around you a man not kubeti. Yen kira ibino kere kan, one in a way or kiri kan. Kiramba bino kere kan, unin in a way, kira kan. Kere be portion man knock. We are power dene Tamiro achet katele kiri. Ento ginachilo miro wange wiwa. Ne gina ine timo klubo kore. Tijime tiuram ko benebele chalo koro matika what. The landmark is there. Conclude. Timana tiu bachalo councilor ko tide nem kibipenda tije maja. If you concur with my proposal, Mr. Sabduka write an apology to council and you also print your signature so that we know you are not involved in this smuggling.
Thank you. There's a proposal made. There's a proposal made.
Mr. Speaker, information.
Give the details on what is transpiring in GAPCO.
Yes.
There is total illegality which is going on in our town here. Makawanyebo, even in the absence of the town clerk, no one tells him about it. He's the accounting officer, he can't even choose to stay for more 2 months in Kampala. Because you look at the tags they always put on. That tag is written on it, staff of local government, meaning they are controlled from Kampala. You remember what TCLU used to tell us? That his work is not to stay in Kitgum, but it's only to coordinate work of Kitgum and central government. So if we are now to wait for Mr. Sebadoka, what will happen? He can even go ahead and sign more agreements and even sale of GAPCO. It's possible this GAPCO can go, looking at these steps which has been taken now. We all know for sure that GAPCO is the council property. And anything which is to take place there should be all agreed on this floor. With Madam, your worship the mayor, you be kind, you may get my ticket, but you were quiet. You know the logo of my madam. Every this time, tell me, I suspect Kamali on the year no chance here. And I'm not letting you walk again, madam. Down the bed of walk again, madam. Look, my God, go in the middle of my city. Kitchako never can go man park with team law. Look in a couple one per year, kind of bad. Put a bit of a recommendation on my one. Couple a year, my bad. We are going to mess up this town. And this must stop. Ikarataji ma anke kwanbora engineer kwanbora ke committee ma mekwa. Tero yo mabeju madam. Agreement in the take expiring next year.
Where is the argument?
Tie bore, erge ma ke trending bore pe kwanne. Endo yele gene ka ke temo kuma pe nen ke da tiga nen. Pe ben permanent one. Pe permanent one, ya no pe ankana. My cartati chani ma the then town clerk Mr. Lokope any your agreement ki GAPCO management. Mabuche uye kimjeme magi ye be kia kwanu jeme madu ata ma pe wata de we mekare. Close man we give po ye any ye adjusting price along the way. Kima jame cha okay. O we o kelingo po chen me GAPCO be pen reflected come on. Polemo ke no ne ke maro ke mo. Ko nganga maro be mo ne. Koro vote pele ka kwene chiman pe kila kitiuga ke jam palwa ka don pe no jo ko ne kila tan ka ku pele ne to every year one and this is an entity
Club to council.
Maromani, Rom Doctor Council, Council, the Rom Doctor Dano.
Exactly.
Madam Pay, my lawyer, without the council, go ahead and repair. Chihuahua became a wisdom. The anchor don't go to Japan, you cancel me, and man, I eat you, can eventually assign that. The roles of the town clerk are well specified in the Local Government Act. Ikine, petition town clerk will teach on behalf of council. Town clerk will implement lawful council solutions. Yes. Mango begin empty with lawful, petty lawful, or bypassing the body, Madi Supreme, Mammy again, who cut him out, the duty, Pelwak met on the kind. Tell them can put over medical jam for it. Become very well to the
Speaker, sir, remember. The mayor is part of council, and he's also the chairman of the Supreme Council. The council, which is supreme, the mayor is the chairperson of that Supreme Council. So, Mr. Speaker, is extremely erroneous from time to time. When the mayor wants to give valuable information to the chairman of council, you consistently ignore it.
We always give
that is dangerous for yourself, dangerous precedent.
We give you national state of address purposely. That is your time. This is not your time.
I want you to improve. Secondly, the town clerk is the accounting officer of council and a legal advisor of council on all matters. The accounting officer and a legal advisor of council on all matters. And that's why, without the presence of a town clerk in council, council cannot take off. It immediately freezes. You remember we delayed here for more than 1 hour when the town clerk was engaged. We couldn't take off. So he's a very, very important partner. But I am saying it is important to know the kind of words we use against our civil servants. They are the implementers, and they are capable, I want to say this, of suffocating us. They are working with these technocrats needs a very high level of sophistication, and I have it. Engagement and meaningful work with these technocrats needs a very high level of sophistication, especially these ones which are posted by the PS of Ministry of Local Government. They can even choose to ignore you. Yes. These town clerks posted by the ministry can choose to ignore you, and you find yourself being a scarecrow.
Let's see.
Now, let me say this. I have not yet seen this document you want to see. I have not seen this document you want to see. But during the last executive meeting and the other executive meeting, we demanded to know much about GAPCO. And what we have written is part of the much we have known about GAPCO. If you have bothered to read through A up to E. We noted that the rehabilitation work should continue since GAPCO was already in a dilapidated state. And we were completely incapable, even for 1 second, to attempt to sink any funds on that building, considering the current locally raised revenue we have. So as far as the executive committee was concerned, we borrowed the idea from the technical planning committee that GAPCO should be rehabilitated because it was a dilapidated building which was not even worth being left there. It should have been raised down. I'm even surprised that it is being rehabilitated. From the foundation. That is me. But the town clerk, in his own wisdom, it is technically possible because the town clerk also receives advice from his engineer. I believe the engineering department gave due diligence Got one to kill gun when any of the pedo part of the go paying, and you pay. That's the position of the town clerk. And we adopted that position as the municipal executive committee. But after 3 hours of deliberation, one year, the current tenancy of GAPCO expires not only in December, it is up to next year. And now if GAPCO injects up to 135 million, who are we now to cut off that MOU short? It can lead to civil litigation. Remember, we were told, using financial experts, GAPCO is not charging any interest on us. Because if they were to charge any interest on us, on this money they are using and injecting on this building, they can say 10% per month. You will find on the chair of it can go, this building can go, by the way. But now GAPCO are saying no. We are not charging.
Don't mislead council.
Yes. That means I'm
begging you, don't mislead council. You're not more technical on that.
So the submission we have is that GAPCO is not charging any interest on the 135 million. They will recover that money verbatim and they will stop there.
Totally conclude.
So, I'm even in good faith. After receiving a lot of technical opinion, we came with recommendation A up to E. You can adopt it or you can even expunge this within.
Thank you.
Are you alright?
Sit down.
And the money, make love come mayor. Very carelessly, you should stop.
Mayor, there's freedom of speech in council. And whenever we
like Honorable Jane, she knows the right material I am made of. She knows that.
That's enough.
I don't want to make a rebuttal.
Mayor, that's enough.
On our inside on me, but Honorable Jane knows the right material.
Mayor, that's enough.
Where the jar is made of. Stand one.
Mayor,
information.
Stop that.
Information.
Anything we discuss here, no one will take any.
Tuy có của thuê, có mà bây giờ miền, tiang nên a bên gác an này. Mỗi lần mà đâm cả về municipal cái council còn lại qua cái. Kitgum mà lúc phải tin lộc em. Nhà quan thì khi đã mà ai còn chưa về. Tiếp với mẹ em đi acting town clerk. Caretaking. Muốn về cả món mà đẹp, ăn cả right. Ada berapa? Posho mak kerui ya, pian ya look to boss, mami. Ya to wadah mereka komen yang mami ya tim. Lega nanti buat ni, be honest. Pian ini kebigungan ni yang ya tim. Bila mereka kebipen be no pian. Ci, alega ni ada ni ya. Kogira ada, cintung. Lok makeup ko, kejoko, jangan cincin ni. Speaker, itu meteo tiaran ni.
House. I will give my opinion as the caretaking town clerk. The decision will lies on your hand. One, I still insist we have not even seen the MOU, and I cannot talk authoritative on it. I don't know what the clauses are saying. Supposing we have a clause that protects the contractor or the person, the service provider, let us know that there is going to be a legal consequence. Any breach of obligation, whether the town clerk made that decision erroneously, it will have a legal implication. The reason why I was saying, we may wait for him. If there is something wrong, he as an individual will be responsible into it. Rather than us making a decision that will put council into a bad book of law, I submit. The decision is yours. But the legal advice, the technical advice I am giving you is any obligation a civil servant engage in black and white becomes a working document.
Thank you so much. Let us speak our mind and let us fight for the people outside there. They are hearing us, they are seeing us. Whenever there's corruption, let's not shy down. This issue of law, whenever town clerk is going to do it, pertaining anything in this council is still the one. This is supreme. We have been crying for this and we did it enough now. If action, we are going to take action, we are going to take action. Town clerk, we are tired of this issue that this time we are ready for court, this time we are going wherever we can go so that we get also what we can do for the sake of this council. It is now 3 years down the road. I wonder sometimes if mayor can talk like that.
Information speaker.
Keep quiet with your information, please. I wonder why sometimes if mayor can still talk like this. I don't know whether he's coming back for election again.
I'm coming. I am coming and I'm going to win.
Because what we are doing for this Kitgum